What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. A little different style on this one. Going a little Flipping Steve style. We are on the road. I am on my way to the Shipshewana show. Just gassed up. Just got loaded up. Got the road fuel ready to go here with some Diet MD. So I got about a 3 to 4 hour drive ahead of me to head out to. We got trade night tonight, show tomorrow, and then a quick turnaround back home. It's about, like I said, about a 4 hour drive I think I got ahead of me to get out there. The main goal this weekend is selling baseball. Most of my case is filled up with baseball cards to take with me, and I priced them all out last night. And the goal is to move off of most of this baseball stuff before the season starts. We'll do some pickups too. Whenever I go to these shows, there's usually nothing particular that I'm looking for. So we'll just kind of see how it plays out, what deals I could find on if anything catches my eye or whatever. But that's where we're at right now. I got to get on the road. We will check back in later. We'll see how this works out. Haven't done one of these style of videos in a very long time. The biggest challenge for me will be to remember to actually record these. We'll see you on the next one. Made it safe and sound to the room. 4 hour drive. Got to get the legs back. Walked around for a little bit. I figured I would show you boys and girls a little bit of what I brought with me today. As I mentioned earlier, pretty much all baseball. We got a little Judge action, the Reverence, a little Ellie, that Relic, a little Andre Jimenez auto, some Adley. This is a pretty big one. I have a feeling this card's going to be pretty popular this week as he's going pretty hot. Brought the Megatron base refractor since I have the blue now. Brought the Vince. We just got some random baseball stuff. Hit that nice Sapphire that we brought. Little Parker Meadows. You get a lot of Tigers fans sometimes at this show. Chase DeLautner, he had a pretty good week, so we'll see if his stuff moves. That's a gold. Some more of the baseball stuff. A lot of the stuff you guys have seen from the recent submissions that I've gotten back from PSA. Brought the Michael Harris out of 25. Brought the J-Rod short print. Little Kyle Tucker action. And I brought one of my Jim Lee autos. Like I said when I got this sub back, this is the one that I like the least. So if someone loves it, they are more than welcome to get it off me. So that's what I brought. We're going to relax here in the room for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and then head on over to trade night. I don't know if I'll shoot any little snippets in there or just wait till I get back to the room. We'll see how things go. But that's what I'm bringing. We will see what I come home with. All right, we are back in the room. You can notice the slab case has a lot more space in it. Pretty successful trade night. Did mostly selling. Sold off, what did I sell off? 6 slabs, I think. One lower end lot with like the Bobby Miller Aqua, the Jordan Walker, and the Adley Sapphire PSA 10s. I sold for like $130, $140 for all 3. And then I had a bigger deal come through with the Jackson Holiday Sapphire moved along with the Michael Harris out of 25 and the Megatron refractor PSA 9. I think I cleared like $720 to $750 for those 3, which I was pretty happy with because remember the Harris and the Holiday I pack pulled, so I had a lot of wiggle room on them. A lot of people asked about the Holiday, but people really had trouble wrapping their minds around how to comp that. I did have one pickup, and that is this nice guy here. We'll get a better look at this once I get back home under the good camera, but 2014 Finest Jose Ramirez rookie auto gold refractor PSA 9. Pretty decent auto for him. His stuff's really streaky a lot, so this one's not too bad. Happy with this. Picked this up for $250. It was a tricky card to comp. One hasn't sold in forever, but it seemed like a pretty good deal for a gold rookie auto, so I went ahead and snagged that. The card of the night that I got, the Holiday I got asked about the most. I got asked about this Judge a ton. A lot of people were interested in that. And the other one that everyone was asking about was this. And this is probably worth a whole separate video, but people just do not like rare stuff that does not comp often. It is really tricky to move stuff like that. Everyone agreed this was a fantastic card, a lot of people wanted it, but I thought I was offering a fairly fair price on it, given what recent Raw comps had gone for, and just couldn't agree on price. Maybe I'll end up moving it tomorrow. A lot of people said they might hit me back on that one. But pretty successful. I thought I'd get more interest in the Spencer Jones. Definitely had probably like 5 or 6 people ask about it, but no one really wanted to pull the trigger on it. I think most of the people buying tonight were, I don't want to say they're smart enough to know like his stuff's super high right now, so it's probably not the best time to get into it. I might actually try to, if I find a dealer that has something I really, really like, I do think this would be a good trade chip potentially for tomorrow walking around the show. So we'll see what that looks like once we get in the show tomorrow. I am going to relax, get caught up on some content, and we're walking in with a little bit extra money because we sold some stuff at the trade night. So we'll see what we can find in the show tomorrow. You could say the ship show is a little busy this morning. It's about 9:30 a.m. and it is absolutely insane in here. All right, we're back in the car after a very busy Shipshewana show. I think I shot just like a little bit of show footage inside, but it was honestly so busy, it was hard to move around, let alone shoot video. So overall, really good show. Quick recap. We'll do a full recap sometime later next week. Picked up a bunch, or sold a bunch at trade night. Sold about $800 to $900 worth of stuff at trade night. And then picked up that Jose Ramirez PSA 9 gold refractor auto. Today, picked up a Juan Soto 2018 gold BGS 9.5 min gem, but the 9 was on surface, not on corners, which corners on those cards are notoriously bad. Picked up a couple booster boxes of Pokemon Obsidian Flames for a pretty good price. And that was it. Missed out on a LeBron 2003 rookie EX, just the base, not the credentials, and a BGS 9.5. Guy had a pretty fair price on it. Was in the middle of like 3 other things. Was going to show him some trade stuff. Got sidetracked. Walked away from the table for a couple minutes and came back. And when I came back, someone was negotiating for it and ended up closing the deal on it. So, I've gotten burned before. We all have. When you see something you really want, and it wasn't that I really wanted it, but when you see something you're interested in, just close the deal on it. If you walk away, it ends up not being the best. But overall, pretty successful show. Just grabbed some lunch at the food truck. We got about a 4-hour plus drive back home. Got to stop and get some gas, get some caffeine for the road. Pretty tired after a late night last night. But overall, really good show. If you can get out to this one, I highly recommend it. It is kind of tricky. It's in the middle of nowhere. Can't fly in. Really got to drive. But if you're anywhere in the, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, maybe even further regions, it's definitely worth the trip. Brad puts on one hell of a show. So we'll give you a little update. I'll show off the cards in a full pickup once I get back in the home office. But we got to get on the road. All right, we're back on the home desk. 4-hour drive, sucks it out of you. I am tired. I need a nap. It's been a long day. Early morning at the show, walking around. It's busy in there. Just wanted to kind of sit down and show off exactly what I picked up and just some quick hitter thoughts. Show is extremely busy. Almost too busy, but that's a good problem to have. As I had talked about in one of the earlier clips, had a pretty successful night at trade night. Sold between, I think it ended up between $800 and like $950, almost $1,000 worth of stuff at trade night. All baseball stuff, which was the plan going in, and then actually bought baseball during the day. But I felt like it was some cards that I got a pretty good deal on. Also picked up, I'll show this real quick. I grabbed 2 boxes of Obsidian Flames. Anytime I can get booster boxes of Pokemon for under $100, I think these were like 90 a pop. I'll almost always grab a couple. and they just go away on the shelf behind me, never to be opened, to sit and eventually one day move off of. Card-wise, what did I grab? I picked up, I showed this in the earlier video, but this is just a better look at it with some better lighting. The Jose Ramirez Rookie Topps Finest PSA 9 Gold Refractor. So, paid $250 for this. This is one of those cards, and these cards that don't sell often, that the comps are kind of weird on, is a whole other segment. But an out of 240 or an out of 125, which is the blue, sold for $250 right prior to the show. And then a base refractor in a PSA 9 did like $200. So when the dealer said $250, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, let me double check a couple things, because Topps Finest is just, it's weird. It's hard to search for. You can see a number there. It's numbered out of 50. And the guy next to me, classic maneuver, maybe he's probably buddies with the dealer. He goes, if he doesn't take it for that price, I'll take it. So I'm like, I'm still, and it wasn't like a bad move or anything by the guy. He was perfectly fine. So, I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at those recent comps, and I was just like, you know what, screw it. It's the autos a little streaked, but if you know Jose Ramirez autos, there is almost none that are not streaked. He has a terrible signature. He's absolutely terrible at it. So I picked this up, one, because I like Jose Ramirez, and two, I just thought it was a pretty good deal based off of what I could see with comps. So we'll see what happens with that one, if we keep it long term or if it ends up getting moved again. And then this is why you take multiple laps around the show, because the first lap through, the dealer did not have this. The second time through, the dealer did, and it is a Juan Soto Gold BGS 9.5. It is a Min Gem Surface 9. A lot of times on these, you will see corners 9, and the top corners on this are white often. But this one they looked pretty good on. I don't know what the Surface 9's all about. These are numbered to the year, so this is numbered out of 2018. He had this stickered for $500. I got it for $450. I had looked, and recent PSA 9 sales were going for, I think, between $450 and $500. So I got a BGS 9.5 for about the same or less than what PSA 9s are going for. And I don't really have any Soto right now. I had the rainbow foil, and I had that Bowman's Best rookie auto that I moved off of. And I just kind of always like to have a Soto. He's having a really good spring. He could absolutely blow up this year. So I went ahead and picked this up. Like I said, I thought it was a really good deal. Stickered at $500, offered $450. Dealer thought about it for a little bit, and then said, sure, let's do it. The other thing that I picked up, which I won't show here because I'm just recording off the iPhone right now instead of the regular camera setup, so that's why the angle looks a little bit different. I got a new case. My case was getting a little long in the tooth, and I was waiting for a show to go to because you can get better deals on the cases in person. I ended up getting one of those Zion case backpack things. The big appeal to that was, one, I like the idea of a backpack case. I may not even use the backpack all the time, but I like the size of the case that comes with it. I'm going to try it out for a little while, and then maybe I'll end up doing a full review. They did not send me one, and I have a promo code for one or whatever. I paid full freight for it at the show. So, like I said, show was packed. I did not see a lot of love for modern basketball, a lot of love for football, and a lot of love for baseball. Those were pretty much the two big takeaways. Tons of kids at that show. There always is. Brad does a good job. They have like scavenger hunts and stuff for kids. A lot of Pokemon action. Not a lot of tables that had Pokemon, but the ones that did were slamming. So it's pretty much all I got for you, boys and girls. Let me know what you think about this style of format of video. I haven't done something like this in a really, really, really long time, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I'll see what it looks like all stitched together. Maybe this never sees the light of day. That's all I got for you, boys and girls. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.